Morning, folks. How are you this fine day? So, today we're going to continue a little bit onward with the big reactor. There's, we're probably at about the 75% mark of where I'd like to be. There's a couple more things we have to turn in here. So, we'll do that at the beginning of the episode here. If I can remember where it is. Oh, go with the flow. We've done the biofuel reward. And I'm going to take the reward bag because reactor glass is fairly easy to make. We have to double check these hearts. And for our reward bag, we got a bunch of different saplings. Which I do want to put these kinds of saplings to use in our new base. If for nothing else, decorative purposes. Oh, we got another reward bag as part of it. Oh, lots of different hives. Okay, that's fairly useful too later on. These will probably be the last quest I get into. And what we're waiting on here is I've got a couple different projects going at the moment. We are closing in on the cobblestone quest finally. It's a little bit to go, but I've managed to get up, if it stops jumping around, 7 or 8 pieces of septuple compressed cobble. So one more and we're there. So I'm kind of helping the system along to do that. The other thing we're working on, and for the hoarding we need 100,000 amaranth planks. And all I'm doing is that we've got more than enough amaranth wood. We're at 57k wood. And let's just check. What I've been doing with the sawmill is cutting that down because you get 6 to 1. So we'll get a little bit better yield even. But we might go ahead and just craft this anyway. Let's see. So if I put that into here and code. And let's get a QDS quest. There's one. We will do the export system. And for amaranth, oh, we got to put the recipe in. Let's go ahead and teach this system how to make it straight away. So we can turn that in before the end of the episode. Just show me crafting. Craft me 90,000 of that. It should go like in a heartbeat pretty much. Maybe the cobble's interfering at the moment, but it'll take off. And if we go to for the hoarding, open that one up, select the purple. And it is 100,000. Do we have a export bus on us? Not so much. And I think what's overriding the system here at the moment is my request for cobble, which will be done momentarily. We're going to go ahead and start exporting stacks of that. Which should be... We'll see it going right there, yeah. Perfect. And once the cobble is done, in fact, what I'll do is just kill that. Because this should be fairly instant, I would think. It's actually outdoing the export bus itself. And what we'll do, the slow part here with the reactor, let me go over there and show you this quickly. Oops, and cobble we want to make sure we get in the next recipe here for 8. Because it might be done before the end of the episode. There's a chance. eat some food quick. Oops. And see, this is the kind of lag thing I've been dealing with for a while now. That the whole reason I'm moving the base, because I don't know what's causing it. There's clearly something bad right at the workshop here that I've done. And it could be the pulverizer setup is chewing the system. It could be anything. Anyway. Amaranths, we're moving along. Let's go over to the big reactor. Once that power setup is there, that'll change how we do everything. What I've been doing here is I'm trying to fill all the different little gaps with jelly cryotheum. And I've got about a quarter of it done, and I keep running out of the cryotheum. Let's turn the sound way down and turn the rain off. Because that was kind of ridiculous. I'm too used to having the rain muffler, apparently. And the setup I have here is I bring the cryotheum right out, I fill up an under tank for myself. Let the system kind of backlog it here for me to work with. Don't know why we're not quite over the top yet, but I'll take both of them up there, it's fine. That way we can just start bucketing it in. The way this liquid works is kind of weird, and I don't know of a faster way to do this. It's new territory for me. But you can see I've kind of got a Swiss cheese here of all the different reactor control rods. This is at the top of each one of those pillars. And what I've been doing as I fill in a space, like you can see this is one bucket short, I put the reactor casing back on top of it. So that way we can kind of, it makes it easier to keep track of where progress is at. So like that one's done. And you just got to kind of sit here and do this about 500 times. And the way this liquid works is you put it in and it slowly sinks. So you can kind of work on like 4 or 5 spots at a time if you get your positioning just right. And just work to fill everything up. And they one of these ender tanks here, resident portable tanks, will fill up about 5 holes and change with this setup. So it works pretty good. And you know, if you don't get quite to the top, you'll catch them eventually. And it's just crazy rinse and repeat. But this is kind of the whole key to the new base. So we got to finish this project this week. Because once we have power for everything, then Applied Energistics is moving over here for the crafting. Now see, like that one might be full right to the top. See, that's how you can tell it filled up, or one way. This guy's full. And it generates snow right on top of it, so you know it's cooling the reactor. And it just tends to be a giant game of filling all the holes. Without getting it everywhere too much. So anyway, what I'll do, I just wanted to catch you up on this process that I've been working. I will cut the video right here and come back in a little bit once this is a little more complete. Hey folks, so we're back to finish up just the last little bit of cryotheum here. You can see I've got the vast majority of it filled in. It's down to about, I don't know, 200 buckets or so worth. So I thought we'd wrap up and talk about it there. Or you know, talk about this project as we go forward. So the next thing we want to do is bring over the Applied Energistics system so I can craft down at this end and get all material collection and all that stuff into place. That project will definitely take a little doing. There's a lot of things to move. And with that said, what I will probably end up doing, I'm betting that's in the neighborhood of 8 hours of time to get everything set up, wired, and put together. I will be publishing an episode. It'll either be a 2-part episode or perhaps 3-part. But being the amount of time it's going to take midweek to do, we may go short an episode. I don't know if you guys are a fan of watching all the kind of mundane, clicky stuff like this or not. I'm always looking for opinions in that regard. Or would you rather me kind of skip ahead and do a video every couple days with real content? With less mundane content like this, or repetitive content. Let me know in the description below, or in the chat below, not in the description below. I'll check out the comments and see what you guys think here. And if not, then we'll switch it down to about an episode. We'll be short. In other words, we'll be short a couple of episodes this week if we don't do the mundane content, because there's just a lot of hours left of stuff here. This jelly cryotheum has taken about 8 to 10 hours in itself, so each one of these projects are going to be pretty mammoth in size. But it'll clean up the infrastructure issues we've been having with the base here. The other problem I've run into here now is I'm actually I'm out of jelly cryotheum. So this is another challenge with this whole part of the build, is it's taking so much material that we just don't have at the moment. Between niter and the blizz powder. So I gotta start crunching sandstone. Because there's 2 ways you can get niter, right? One is with directly from grinding up blizz things. Okay, hold on. So niter. There's 2 sources of it. One is from pulverizing saltpeter ore gets you 12. Pulverizing sandstone gets you a chance at it. Bees, and that's it. So being that the saltpeter ore is kind of low at the moment, I've been mining it as fast as we can. Oh, look at that. Hold on. Take the sandstone out of there. We did collect a bunch offline. It's one of those things that doesn't come in and then you get tons of it. So craft me, I don't know, 1,000 just to get all that processing. And that is actually going through the system right now. Perfect. And for cryotheum then, we might have enough, I'm not sure. But all I've been doing is filling up a disc with it. You'll see it transfer here in a minute. There we go. And bringing it down to the other end to smelt because it's a little faster. Making up as much as we can along the way. It's just kind of a repetitive, tedious task. But hopefully this will give us enough. This is about 2 resonant ender things worth, maybe. Maybe a little less. But you can see we're almost filled up completely with jelly cryotheum, which should give me a better net yield on the yellorium, which is kind of what we're after here. But see, this is part of the whole process I work through all the time, is building up a lot of this material offline ahead of time and then kind of putting it together in between. But some of this buildup is just slow. So while we're waiting, we can go back to the workshop and check in on our compressed cobble. I've had to kill that a couple different times here just to allow myself to be able to craft things. Okay, so cobble. We ought to be fairly close. We got a lot of quadruple ready to go. Oh, we got our octuple compressed, guys. Look at that. And we still got 71 million cobble on the side. For some reason, my cobble machine has like taken off in the last couple days. So for the hoarding, let's go ahead and submit. We can claim our reward. I will take the right bag. 2 more hearts. Okay. Oh, we got a legendary bag. These are, oh, servos. Yeah, that would have been great eons ago. A greater bag. Elevators, always good. So now, what I want to do here is turn this off for the dirt. So let's go back over to the dirt, because this one still takes a while. We need quadruple. So what I want to start pushing through here, dirt. So I need regular dirt. And we're going to change up all of these recipes. Let's go ahead and shut this off for a minute. I'll leave the cobble be. So now you're going to start exporting dirt. And we're going to change up the recipe. Turn off NEI so you can change it. And we'll start making quadruple compressed dirt. Leaving it for the next setup here. And over to here, we're going to turn that off for now. So I don't want any more being imported. And over here, I want you to do this. And all of that, I'll do it over time. So now this is double compressed. And that'll do it. And this is making triple compressed into quadruple. Okay. So yeah, that's eating all that up. Beautiful. And over time, that will give us plenty of material. Let's go ahead and turn that lever. Oh, it is back on. So now we're making all kinds of quadruple compressed, and we need to get 100 of those. So 96 more. Let's check where we're at right now. We got 3. Huh. Okay. And with our purple madness, we're almost there. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is get some more, make sure we got cryotheum going. So I'm kind of going through and doing all the housekeeping stuff. Kind of wondering why our dirt is so far behind if I've got plenty of tomatoes and wheat in stock. I must not be doing something 100% correct here. So remember, we got our dirt machine over here. And this thing is active with redstone signal, that's why. That'll start making us loads of dirt. As fast as it can. Let's go ahead and round. Well, I don't care which way this thing goes about filling itself up. We can eat a cheeseburger. And we'll take our cryotheum back over and see if we can't finish up the project here. What did I do with it? Oh, I must have forgot to take the thing with me. So this is all, it's all about just getting the finagling done. And we should just about be empty. Let's see how far this gets us. If not, I'll have to take a disc back home and fill it back up. But we're like right down to the, almost down to the end here. Amaranth wood plank should be good to go in a little bit. I think we're going to need just a handful more cryotheum. Generally, you can fill up about 5 of these. Per tank. We got a little bit more than a tank. Some are filled, but we'll see. Hopefully they fill up a bit faster than I envisioned. Oh, was that one full? Lovely. You can see when the liquid sits at the top too long, you got a full one. And what this will do, it'll allow me to leave the power system on for quite a while, I think. Okay, so we got full, 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 and over full. Wow, we're very close. Is that all the way full? Looks good. We might have just enough, guys. Just enough. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's definitely raining outside, and it's one of those like nice, cool mornings. Or it's just great sleeping weather, but yet I gotta get up and go to work soon. What's your guys' favorite time of the day? Morning, noon, night? Well, that one's full. We're just waiting on the last tube here, I think, folks. Can't believe I'm finally there. 3 hours later, I filled in all the things. Okay, let's put that away. About the only other thing we're going to need to do here for the last bit of this. So now I can disassemble this setup. We don't need that anymore. So we got enough power? Just, yeah, probably. For right now. So we're going to need a, what are those called? Reactor access port. And give me this other disk because I don't need it anymore over here. Let's go to our workshop. We need to get some yellow rerum made up. We need a tesseract that can backfeed into our main system for now. So for now, I'm going to put the gelic cryotheum here and here. See, what ends up happening is we start going through power at a very quick rate here when I leave the main system connected. So what my intent is to get our stuff set up for good things. So first of all, we want to reconfigure these things to hold yellow rerum. just so we can carry a bunch of that with us. What's the blue stuff? Blue tonium, and then there's cyanite. All of those, actually, all of those should be on all three of these. Or all three of those should be in each of these formattings. Because that's really all we want in the system. Okay, we'll call this one Big BR ingots. Let's go ahead and push everything from the network to this disk. Don't move until it's full. So that way we can craft a bunch of this up because we're going to need it. And then this partitioning, we're just going to clear and allow for other storage out there in case there's something I hadn't counted on. I need one more access port. We got import, precision export. I need some cabling on me. Cable. So that'll move our materials in and out. We could use a tesseract. And we're going to take all of these guys with us for right now, because that'll push the power limit up higher. And I just need to check now what setting. So this is on our solar power network that we can push power back to our main system out there. And let's go ahead and get some resonant energy cells. I don't know, like 20 of them. And we're going to warp our way out there. Oh, let's take our yellow rhenium. So when we turn this thing on, we're in good shape. And in fact, yellow rhenium, craft me like 10,000 of that right now. Let's go out to the new base and test this bad chicken out. We're so close, guys. Can you taste it? So now we got plenty of yellow rhenium out here. And I think what I can do is take those. No, so here's how I need to do this. So first of all, you're going to be orange on the bottom, blue on the right. And then we need to do redstone conduit along the back so that way these ports can charge any cell. Okay. So that's my cell to keep this whole thing going. That's kind of the primary. And then we got 3 cells to output power at the moment. And right now everything on them should be blue except for the front. Like that. Oops. And then we put our 3 bits of power here for transmission purposes. And for now, I'm going to put solar power into here. We're going to send energy to solar power. Check. So that'll get tons of power out to wherever we need it. We might not even need the batteries here, to be honest. I'm not sure. We'll find out momentarily. So now we got our access ports. I should probably have this other access port pretty ready to go over here. And in fact, what I want to do is like that. Go away. So now we got our full reactor, right? This guy is going to be in outlet mode. So now we're going to have our import. Sorry, I got it backwards. Export in to the in, import from the out. And we just did a cut. Now we need a couple pieces of cable. And for now, you're going to export Yellorium as fast as this thing needs it. And now I can get to our control thing. 6.9% full. Let's activate this sucker and see how much we get. We're barely there. There's the power, kids. That's victory. It's still climbing. We are pushing out over. Is it going to go to 1 million? 1 million red flux a tick? Or better? Oh, yeah. All these cells are like maxed out right now. Or maxing. Perfect. We are, however, completely out of Yellorium. So I'm going to need to go to our workshop and get some more. We're not even close to full on it. What are we stuck on? Turn that off for now. Turn that off. I want Yellorium. Once we get a good backlog of it, we'll have power for years. Yellow, right, or do I pulverize? Smelt gets 1. Pulverize gets me 2. Induction smelt with sand gets me 2 straight away. Okay. Oh, was it 2 to 1? Or what? 1 to 1, so I need 15 sand. We'll just go stick this in one of our induction smelters up top and it'll be okay for right now. And to get yellow right dust, it's sulfur. How are we doing on our sulfur? Is that the issue? Pulverized tin. Okay, apparently we need to make a lot of pulverized tin in a hurry. So there's a really good way to do that. Let's go ahead and just pulverize up a ton of it. So we want 1,000, yeah, we want like 10,000 of this. So this is one of those things now, after we migrate our crafting system or starting the process, I need to make sure we have power for ages. And then with the yellorite dust, we can use that with a smelter. Just smelting it straight away. Why are we're still smelting glass. I guess I must need a lot of glass made up. Let's just go cook a bunch of it straight away, rather than one at a time. Get that out of our system. Yellow, right? So pulverized tin and sulfur. We'll get this into the mix. Next. That won't take too long to figure out. Oh, flux infused pickaxe. Let's go ahead and put that up on the wall. Weird tools for later. Emergency tools. And we gotta go up and find our sulfur producing station and set that a lot higher. I think it was up towards the back here. Pulverized tin, I want to set that to 5,000 now. That's why we're fighting. Commitment levels are below 5,000, so somewhere over here I got coal being pulverized. Oh, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing with obsidian. Okay. I was trying to figure out where my obsidian was going early on. Pyrotheum dust. What? When pyrotheum dust is below 256, I want you to export. I want you to craft pyrotheum. Okay, yep. Someplace I got sulfur being made. Yeah, sulfur is below. I want this to be like 10,000 now, just so it goes non-stop. Because there's not really a great way we have to get sulfur. And folks, let's go check our energy stuff downstairs, because this guy should be going haywire now to fill everything. I think. You're on receive energy. Check. Why didn't... Whoa, that's full? Beautiful. Maybe we can't send power the way I had envisioned. Which is okay. Oh, see, that's what I did. It's in send. It needs to be on send mode. Send energy. Check. That should be sending oodles. Whoa, what? How did... Hey, yeah, I did that backwards. So we're producing about 1 million a tick, 100,000 a tick RF. Which is kind of in the neighborhood of what I wanted. We gotta go back to the workshop and fix up this partition because it's incorrect. And then for yellow, right? Once this guy is done. Wow, that's taken a while. 60 storage. Go ahead and make me one more, because I don't want to wait. We'll use them up anyway. And we'll go fill this one up. I mean, it's going to take us thousands. We probably don't even have all of our system filled up into there, is what I'm betting right now. And how's our power looking? We should be transmitting oodles back to here now. Don't quite understand. Nope. How did that change? 4. Knock that guy down. Receiving energy on 10. That guy should be going non-stop now. And really what I want to have happen is I want that to be like, we'll put it here actually. Just so it keeps filling up every cell that it can. And it'll probably keep this guy top first. Then I don't know where it'll go. Check. We might need to power this slightly differently. We'll see, given time. Do we get any more resonant energy cells? No. And we're waiting on the yellow, or on this storage disk, right? Okay, that's a freebie for later. We'll go ahead and just stick it into the system over. Well, we'll leave it up here for now. I'll find it eventually that way. And yellow, right? Craft me 10,000, please. Dirt. We're up to 3 pieces. Let's go back to our power area. And I want to see, I think we're only able to transmit 10,000 the way I'm doing it. So I'm going to need a lot more power, but that means we can run 10 of these cells at a time. And that should be transmitting 30,000 power right now. Let's go ahead and feed it some more fuel. I kind of would like the reactor thing right here, actually. Do I have an extra casing on me? Good. Because that way, hopefully that didn't kill all my power. But that way we can kind of poke at the reactor as we go. Yeah, so all that's transmitting cleanly now. So we just need to get batteries over to here is where the kicker is. That and more yellow radar. But that will happen. So let's go ahead and take down a bunch of these cells, I think. No, resonant. We're gonna make sure we get 10 of these made offline, guys. It may take some time, but it'll get there. And you can tell right now that because I'm running the upstairs stuff. So let's go ahead and change this around a little because so what happens when I leave that main connection there going too long, I start running out of power on everything else and fall behind on lava. So what we're going to do is go back to our new base. We're going to, rather than transmit that to backfeed over to here, we're going to send that to push out to main power to keep stuff running. We're going to send energy to main. And that'll keep this running as long as it possibly can. Even if it runs, all those thermal expansion machines at a slower pace, that will help in the long, and at the end of the day. And I think what I'm about to do here, because all that other power is actually running, I'm going to take those other energy cells, like half of them, and make sure we can take advantage of our million power out there. I need to have a total of 10 cells, and I'll replace them as we go over here. Because that'll only help things in the long run. Oh, let's go ahead and put these down the smart way so they're easy to configure. Okay, and only the front should be orange. Perfect. Well, perfect. We just gotta go through and check everyone. Put down our redstone energy conduit. As long as we got yellow right ore, we're in very good shape. This thing is using 3 MJ a tick, so we're gonna knock, that's times RF, that's like 30. We're gonna knock this thing down to 100 and see if we can maintain. Just so it lasts pretty much forever. I don't even need the fluid terminal no more. That'll really lessen things. And in fact, what I should do is just put it down to here. And put the orange on that side. And orange to the front. And that thing's more than topped off. We're looking good. We're 14% full, 0% depleted. Oh, we gotta activate the reactor though, remember? That's why we weren't transmitting. And as far as waste is concerned, that should be one of these types of ingots, I think. So this thing is... okay, and that ejects waste, and then this... oh, you can eject... what? How is that working? That's an... I don't quite understand that. I thought you do 2 different access ports. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that, guys. Let's take one more peek at our... oh, look at that. We're even higher. We're almost at 200,000 RF a tick. That means I could run 20 of these cells at a time. That's even further than what we were doing before. Let's go back to the workshop. Take that nonsense right out. So then lava powers our main crafting system over here. We'll see if we can maintain all this down the other end. Do I got enough redstone? I do, I think. New base. You should see all these cells get filled up lickety-split. About the only thing we're going to have an issue with is the amount of power. Let's take the lava sign out for now. I feel like we should do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Whatever these are called, power taps. Because that'll be kind of our capacity then. Power tap. Can you make me 5 of those, please? Okay. Do we get our resident energy cells yet? Let's go ahead and cancel the craft into the rest of them. And just keep the yellow rerum flowing. And I wonder if this will disrupt the reactor or not. I don't know. Maybe we can just add them in live. Oh, we gotta be careful with that. Power tap, please. Run away. Let's go ahead and put that into place. I might have to reactivate the reactor. You can see all the cells just filled up almost instantly. We have no yellowite left. Two, three, 4, and 5. Oh, I guess I didn't need that many, but one more won't hurt nothing. It'll be an emergency setup. And let's just get them all configured the same straight away. Oops. Take that off. Oh, and then we need all of this power transmitting. So I think this actually forces it to transmit more through the line. Oh, remember we got to put all of these to 10,000, the new ones. Now whether we can indeed support all of this or not, I don't know. We'll have to test that in given time. I mean, all of these are filling up at an outrageous rate. I love it. So yeah, I think fuel is our limiting factor right now. It seems to be. We're sitting maxed at our energy buffer at 10 million. We're outputting a quarter of that per tick. Did that do anything to my FPS? Absolutely not. I like that system a lot better. It's cleaner. And we're going to leave one emergency cell right here with no output, just to turn on our controller if we have to. It'll fill up given time, and that'll be it. Actually, to keep it cleaner, I'm going to put this one back up top. Let's put the output down. Make that blue, make that blue. And it just looks nicer that way. So we will have we should have plenty of power at 100 RF a tick. That's like peanuts. So how are we... Do not automatically... Why is that one... So, if this is... Port will not... So how do I get one to do cyanite and one to do the other thing? Can I? So, that's kind of a strange port. I wonder if that fills up if we're going to have a problem. Anyway, folks, we've hit a very good wrapping up point today. Let me know what you think of the reactor design. Let me know if you have any insights on what to do with the waste setup and the whole power system as a whole. And until then, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button and remember to subscribe. We'll see you soon.